His basement was about this size, and every wall, from floor to ceiling, was records, categorized. He was a scientist. Like, if you open his refrigerator, all the Coke cans were turned the same way. It looked like a graveyard. It was perfect. He was an engineer in school. So there's a lot of mathematical things going around in his mind at all times, but he didn't talk a lot.
JD had this beat machine laying in his basement, and Questlove from the Roots had broken the beat machine. It started as a dare. He's like, yo, man, if you can get that disc out of there, you can take this machine home and use it. So I took it as a challenge. Like, okay, all right, great, I can get some metals, get this out of here. Took the disc out, and he's like, all right, bet, take it home. I made like about 4 tracks, and I called Dilla and JD. I left him on his voicemail, and he called me back, and like immediately, it's like, what was that? I was like, yo, that's some of the stuff I was just messing around with. He's like, whoa, that's pretty good, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, play that one again.
Dilla was, I wasn't hearing, nobody else was making beats like that. You know, with the snappy snares and just the drums and the way he chopped it. So I was like, damn, this shit is dope. And plus he was from Detroit, so it was like the influence was already there.
One day, like, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to come up with the words to explain to people what makes, in my eyes, like, him one of the greatest drum programmers of all time. And I know people look at me like, blasphemy. There's Premier, there's Pete Rock, there's, this whole, but I will debate it like it's a presidential debate. I will campaign for that guy till the end of time.
He was programming it, but it just felt live, the swing of it, his time signature on that, the way that he had like the swing percentages on his beats and shit. He was just clean.
JD is a pretty brilliant guy. His stuff is really simple. But one of his brilliant things is sort of the kick he chooses, where he tunes it, and where the bass is in relation to that. And people who mix bottom-heavy music, that's 90% of the battle.
Yeah, he was in our world, but it was more like we were in his world, because it was just like, how's he coming and do this so quick? Like, we're sitting here for hours just, chopping, doing all this, and Dilla would just come in and boop, 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 boom, and go back upstairs, and you're like,
And then also looking back on a lot of the early Tribe stuff and De La Soul and a lot of the early hip hop stuff, from the early 90s, there's that feel that like a lot of us, we didn't realise, but like JD was behind a lot of that stuff. His sound was there, do you know what I mean, from back in the day. And I didn't even know about JD back then, do you know what I mean? But all I know is that music just was reaching out to me.
I think I keep going back to the one thing about him, about Donuts and him doing that in the hospital on his deathbed, because that speaks volumes into him doing music 10 years before that. That music, okay, then oh, this is a person that's doing music for the sake of doing music.
If you just listen to anything hip-hop, J Dilla is the person that you should listen to. His catalog will show you the complete range of what can be done with hip-hop music. Well, like I've said before, to me, he's sort of the Michael Jordan of hip-hop beat making. Dilla was probably the greatest representation that I could give to someone to be like, this is hip-hop production.